Wednesday. How are you doing? And welcome back for our Hump Day Reset. So my theme in my classes this week has been primarily around detoxing, and I'm hoping to get some little detox practices out as a video to serve you soon. If you're joining me now and you don't have time to do this video, or perhaps you may want to save it to do it again, just feel free to hit share here, and that will go into your own library, and you can have access to that whenever. You don't need to share it publicly if you don't want to, but if you do think that this video can help someone else get some aggression out, or some things that are no longer serving them, feel free to share that as well. So it's Wednesday, and again, I really like to do this Hump Day Reset on Wednesday because I find by Wednesday most of us have kind of had enough. Whether it's at work, whether we're dying for the weekend, whether we just need a whole new perspective of life. And that's what today's practice is about. Today's practice is about getting rid of a lot of that junk and yuck that is just no longer serving us today. We tend to store a lot of emotions, a lot of trauma in the hips and in the shoulders, and in certain areas of the body it tends to get locked. So today we're going to work on what is no longer physically serving us, whether it's tension or weight, or emotionally serving us, whether it's a traumatic memory. And what I do recommend for this practice is, if you're comfortable doing so, keep a journal nearby, because things may come up and you may want to write that down and explore that later on. So cool, let's get started. And today I'd like you to join me lying down on the mat, allowing the back of your head to be heavy, allowing your shoulder blades to be heavy, allowing your tailbone to be heavy, and should you need to, you can let the knees fall in together. If you're already warm, only if you're warm, you can draw the soles of the feet together to start, facilitating some of that hip release, or you can let your legs go completely. And we're just going to take a moment here to inhale. Feel the lungs expand, the belly grow wide, and as you exhale, belly zips in and up towards the spine, starting with the pelvic floor. So again, inhale, belly wide, and exhale, belly in and up towards the spine, starting with the pelvic floor. Again, inhale, and exhale. Setting your intention today to get rid of what no longer serves you. And we're going to be exhaling a lot through the mouth. Remember, the exhale is what is going to serve you on your detoxification. Belly wide, good. On your next inhale, draw your knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side. Start by waking up the back body. Maybe gently taking the head side to side, or making small circles, good. So let's drop the soles of the feet flat to the earth, hands either coming behind the head, tailbone heavy, belly in and up towards the spine, or if you're feeling more flexible, you can open your arms into a T, palms facing down, truly press the fingers into the earth. Take your legs as wide as you need, and drop the legs to the right, look to the left elbow or left thigh. Inhale through center, legs to the left, look to the right elbow or thigh. Draw it back to center, and gently taking the legs side to side. Now, if you find that, you need to take your legs a little closer together, go ahead. If you find that you don't want to move your head side to side, perfectly fine. And some of you, especially my students, know that sometimes you may feel tension and need to hold in order to release and let go. So if at any time during the practice you want to do that, that is more than fine. On your inhale, return to center. Walk the soles of the feet a little closer towards the bum. Draw your right knee into the chest, right ankle onto left thigh. Again, hands underneath the head or arms open into a T. Drop your legs all the way over towards the left. Now, if this is just too much for the knee, you can actually uncross the legs here, and maybe we look to the right thumb. Taking a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Now, as you spend some time here, you may find that as you hold, that sensation becomes quite intense and it starts to grow, and that is so normal. As we hold, we may start to find locked in memories involving trauma or some emotional pain. So as long as you're not feeling a physical sensation in the knee or a physical sharp-shooting, piercing pain, that's more than fine. Feel free again to explore that. Maybe journal it as you need. We're going to return to center and then drop our legs over to the right. Maybe look to the left thumb or elbow if hands are behind the head. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. And if you're joining me, feel free to say hi. Big inhale. And big exhale. Good. Gently return to center. Hands come behind the head, or start to draw the left knee into the chest. We can hold here, maybe gently rolling side to side. Maybe making small circles with the low back. And maybe we just like to hold, and with every inhale, we can think of drawing the left knee a little closer. With every exhale, right knee slightly further away, creating more space. Last deep breath here. Tongue out. Slowly release your foot. Draw your right knee into your chest. Release your right foot. Left knee into the chest. Left ankle onto right thigh. Arms open into a T or hands behind the head, and drop your legs over to the right. Again, we can look to the left thumb or elbow, taking a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Big inhale, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good. One more deep breath in. Big exhale. When you're ready, pass through center. Start to drop your legs over to the left, maybe looking to the right elbow or thumb. And I want you to start noticing here how one side may be very different than the other. Big deep breath in. And big deep breath out. And again, as you hold, I want you to start noticing the shift in your breath. Does the breath speed up? Does it slow down? And where are you feeling sensation or tension? It should not be in the joints. Return to center. Again, hands behind the head. Grab opposite elbows or right knee into the chest. Left arm through the left leg. Hands underneath the knees or onto the shin, letting the back of the head be heavy. And we can gently rock side to side and hold. Or make circles. Every inhale, feel the lungs expand. And every exhale, a little deeper. I know some of you do like to straighten the leg, and feel free to do that as well. Last great big deep breath here. Big exhale. Gently release the foot. Draw the knee to your chest. Release the foot. Press into the soles of the feet. Lift the hips high to the sky. Arms can reach behind you. And some of us will hold, arms are coming behind us to really extend the detox, and otherwise we can gently, slowly lower with control, articulating the spine one bone at a time. Again, strong into the feet, reach the arms behind you, we can hold, or we could gently, slowly lower with control. Last time, strong into the feet, lift the hips high, arms behind you, beside you, interlaced underneath you. Big deep breath in. Big deep breath out. One more great big deep breath in. Big exhale. Last time, big inhale. Tongue out. Good. Slowly release the spine one bone at a time. And lion's breath is one of those great big detoxifying breaths. So if you want, you can place hands under your knee, gently rock and roll to seated, or bring one arm behind you, roll over to the side, right hand heavy onto the earth, come to seated. So let's come into easy pose, and I'm going to bring left in front of the right because I have a tendency to bring right in front of the left. And we're just going to inhale, reach the arms high, and exhale, left hand onto the right knee, gaze behind the back shoulder. On your inhale, come forward. And as you exhale, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Again, inhale, reach high. Exhale, left hand, right knee. Inhale. And continue here. Every inhale, draw the arms up, small bend in the elbow to get fascia circulating. Good. And one more time, quickly, before we hold. Beautiful. So the next time I'm going to come forward. I'm going to bring my left hand onto the right knee, chin in line with the chest, and we turn to rotate. Once our chest goes no further, we look over the back shoulder, and the work here is twisting, squeezing, compressing. Deep breath in and deep breath out. One more great big deep breath in. Big exhale. One more lion's breath. Big inhale. Tongue out. Slowly return. Arms come high. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Chin in line with chest. And we rotate. Going no further than looking over the back shoulder. Deep breath in. And one more time, lion's breath. Big inhale. Tongue out. Slowly return to center. Draw yourself onto hands and knees. And when you're ready, oh, there goes my hair last. When you're ready, elbows draw in, curl the toes, lift the hips, first downward facing. And downward dog is optional, but if you want, elbows can draw in towards the chest. You can walk at the feet. You can shake your head. Yes, yes, no, no. Belly is tight. Perhaps you're going to bend the left knee, take the right leg high to the sky, bend the right knee, opening the hip, gazing to your left big toe. So we're in an inversion here, and this is a nice way to drain our lymphatic system, switch the flow of lymph, not the flow of blood. That is extremely inaccurate information that yogis like to say. Good. And when you're ready, very gently, either replace the left foot, come onto your knees and bring left hand underneath the left knee, foot in between the hands, hips back and wide, or from downward dog, take left knee into left elbow and then place the left foot flat to the earth. Lower to the right knee, pad underneath your knee if you need, and send your hips back and wide. So we're not looking to send the hips down. This is going to wreck your spine and hips over time. So hips back and wide. And we can inhale to straighten and exhale to bend. Now I'm keeping my knee behind the ankle in line with the second toe, and you might need to find that if you're flexible, you need to come back a little bit, and that's fine. But again, it's better and safer for alignment. So after we've done that for a little bit, some of us will hold here. Some of us are going to really press into the feet so the pelvis is down, arms come high to the sky, and if you'd like, we could interlace over towards the right. So coming into the dragon series, deep breath in and deep breath out. And if you'd like, you're actually going to curl the back toe, lift the knee, and we can slowly pulse here. So our hips tend to be an area where we hold a lot of tension. So be kind to yourself here. Belly is tight. Hold longer if you need. Give me one more deep breath here. As you exhale, release the hands, release the knee if you need, hips back and wide. And maybe your right arm comes onto thigh. You look over back shoulder, or we might start to circle the right arm. So again, I like bringing movement to the practice. The way I like to think of this movement in the practice is that it's like our house, okay? And if we only clean the main areas of the house, so, stretch and move the main parts of the body, you're going to find a lot of areas that get neglected in your house and get cobwebs. So we really bring movement into all these areas that feel good for us, so that we can get into some of that deep-rooted tension and emotion. So if you'd like, you can take that right arm high, thumb in line with the nose, hand on the back, inside hip. You can have the back knee lifted if you want, but keep the hips back and wide. Straighten only if it's right for you. Maybe straighten the front leg. Good. And if you'd like, we can actually open that right leg. So I'm going to turn forward so you can see a little bit better. Maybe gazing over the back, shoulder, hips can be back and wide. Let's go 3. Really watching that tension. 2 and 1. Replace the foot. So we're going to do this a few ways. 1, you can draw your right heel completely into your left hip. Pigeon, we can hang it here. 2, you can come back to hands and knees, right knee behind the right wrist, again into the hip. Or if that's not serving you at all today, come back to eye of needle where you can open up a bit more, okay? Good. So I'm going to come back into pigeon here. And again, I want you to play with pigeon. So maybe you draw your elbows in towards the chest and slowly start to wave the spine, maybe side to side, maybe up and down. Maybe you're twisting, maybe you're finding a spot that's right for you. Maybe you're coming back in space again. It depends how open you're doing. If you're at work, you might not be so open right now. And just give me one more deep breath here. And after you've moved around a bit, we may feel free to hold either stacking fists, one on top of the other, or walking out the arms. Now, as you hold, you're going to find tension starts to accumulate and grow. And as that tension accumulates and grows, you may feel physical tension, you may feel emotional sensation and tension. If something's not feeling right and it's causing pain, please come out right away. And again, you might experience some kind of physical and emotional sensations such as anger or anxiety. So if these things do come up, just take a deep breath in, big exhale. You've noticed I've been talking quite a bit here to keep you here. That's definitely intentional. If things are coming up, write them in your journal. So some of you, I know you're freaking out. You need to come out. So you can either curl the back toes, take a moment out in down dog, or shift onto the bum. Take a moment to lie down. Notice how the right side is feeling as opposed to the left. I feel long from my right side all the way from my toes to my ear. Now some of us are hanging out in pigeon still. We might take a twist. So let's twist over to the right. And as I twist over to the right, I'm going to straighten my left arm so it's a little bit deeper. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. So really bringing breath into that side body. Some of you super flexible yogis may reach around and grab your big toe. Again, it depends on what your purposes for this practice are. Last break, big deep breath, big inhale, big exhale. Return to center. Again, lie on the mat if you need, or we can walk into down dog. Feeling free to walk it out, to shake it out. Sometimes it's nice to come into a long held forward fold here. And take your time if you need. If I'm not having an extra elastic, so my hair is in my mouth and in my face, but it's all good. Things happen on the mat, things happen off the mat. And that's what our yoga practice helps us do. It helps us deal with things that come up off the mat, including this. Okay. So I'm going to turn to face the other way. Stay where you are. I'm going to take the left leg high, bend the knee, and open the hip. Gaze to the big toe. And again, I'm going to bend my knee pretty deeply. So again, we're coming into that version. Good. And when you're ready, if you want, you're drawing left knee to left elbow, left foot to the earth, maybe lower to the right knee, send the hips back and wide. Or if you'd like, from head and knees, left hand underneath the left knee, send the hips back and wide. And again, many of us are going to find one side completely different than the other here. So practice accordingly. And pad underneath your knees if you need. So we're going to send the hips back and wide. And maybe straighten. Hips back and wide and straight to the front leg and back to center. One more time, hips back and wide. You may continue to play here, or if you'd like, we can stay here. Maybe pressing into the feet so the pelvis draws down to dragon, flying high. Again, this is a much better stance for the hips. I know it's not as sexy as this one, but a lot of people are degenerating their hips and spine over huge amounts of time and holding their bodies that way. And as someone who used to be really noodly and flexible and used to hang out there for a long time, it does cause strain over time. So again, we can interlace the fingers if you want over to the left. Some of you have already started coming into your high lunges. Good. And when we're ready, feel free to take a deep breath here. Big exhale. One more time. Love that lion's breath. Hands can come flat. I'm going to bring my right hand onto the thigh. You can look over the back shoulder. Some of you like to hold and not move. That's fine. And if you want, we can start to circle the arm. Maybe bend and straighten both legs, making this a holistic whole body movement. Good. When you have shoulder mobility, sometimes it's nice to scoop up water and then press it down. Good. So I'm going to take that arm high to the sky. Left arm, thumb in line with the nose, or hand on low back. Inside hip, tight belly for 3. Going to be so I can face you again for 2 and 1. Replace the hand. Again, some of us will heel toe that left knee behind the left wrist. Some of us will come from hands and knees or down dog. And some of us, again, will come onto the back here, left knee into chest, left ankle onto right thigh. So again, I want you to find a spot that's right for you as we hold. And most people do have one side that is extremely different from the other. So you may need to spend some more time in movement. You might find a spot that's very different from the other side, and that's fine. You can hold, really feel that sensation. And again, draw your awareness back to the breath. Is it speeding up? Is it slowing down? Where are you feeling said tension? Deep breath in and deep breath out. You can probably hear it in my voice. This is my side that does not really like when I work it too much, but that's okay. Give it a little bit more love and a little bit more time. And if at any time you rewatch this and you want to pause it and spend more time in these postures, that's okay as well. Deep breath in and deep breath out. One more great big deep breath, big exhale. Some of you will need to come out here, and we talked about it, that's fine. Otherwise, this time we're walking our arms over to the left, maybe straightening that right arm so it's a little bit deeper. Again, some of you can reach around and grab that big toe. Really depends on what your goals of practice are. Remember, today we're really looking to detoxify anything that's not serving us. So as any kind of emotions start to grow, feel free to take a deep breath in. Big exhale to let them go. Last deep breath. Tongue out. Slowly draw back to center. Again, you could come here to lie down. See if your sides are a little more matched now. Or if you want, we're going to take our last down dog here. Walk it out, shake it out. We will come into a quick vinyasa. Bend the knees, chest in between the hands. Slow lower to knees, wide collarbone. Slow lower 5, 4, hold it 3. Tight belly. Cobra, Sphinx, up dog. Good, gently moving the spine side to side. 2 more big inhale. Tongue out. Last one. When you're ready, Come through child's pose, cross the ankles and take the legs in front. I do have a block nearby. You don't have to use it. It's quite a nice thing to do. We're going to use it for our detox the rest of the practice. If you don't have a book, you can use like a bolster. You can skip the block and just do it without standing, or maybe some cushions. So bring yourself to lie down. Again, I am going to bring the block to my sacrum. I'm going to press into the feet, slide the block underneath the sacrum here. So not onto the bum, not into the bony part of my spine, but there's a place there that feels like a shelf, and we can stay here. Maybe reaching your arms behind you. Good. It's a really nice place to be. We can start by taking that right leg high. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. And again, in a slight inversion here, so switching the flow of your lymphatic system, which is in charge of your detoxification. Arms are also behind me to drain the lymphatic system in my upper body, the throat area, and in the arms, keeping me in inversion. Good. I'm going to return the right knee, replace the right foot, left knee into the chest, extend the left leg high. And I actually have a small bend in my knee here. I'm not forcing it. If I wanted to force my leg straight, I could, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to release. Spend a lot of time really working on getting into some of these nitty-gritty areas, and we just need a place for it to flow out. One more deep breath here. Maybe take both legs high. This is a supported shoulder stand or legs up the wall variation. Beautiful posture for most people. And again, if you want, you can close your eyes. You can bring arms behind you. This is a place for you. You can take your legs wide. You can draw the soles of the feet together. You can stay more in a happy baby. If you're feeling freaked out and you want to return to your bridge, if this is a happy place for you, that's fine. And this is also really, really nice for those of us who work on our feet all day, and we just need to kind of switch gravity around so that we can release the legs and bring some lightness to all that tension. And again, anything that's no longer serving you today, when you take a deep breath in, big exhale, just melt. Gently return the knees, slide the block out from underneath your bum, underneath the sacrum. Draw your knee into your chest, your left knee. Maybe give it a little bit of a circle, side to side. Knee into chest, straighten the right leg, nose to knee. Good. Slowly release. Right knee into the chest, circle the right leg. Just to release the low back, release the hips, all that stuff we worked on today. Knee into the chest, nose to knee. And when you're ready, if there's any posture I left out of your practice, you should be a little warm now, so feel free to go ahead. Otherwise, coming into that corpse pose, Shavasana. If you want to stay in legs at the wall, that's fine. If you want to draw soles of the feet together, go ahead. And just take these next few moments of your day to really ask yourself to just get rid of what's no longer serving you today. Again, whether it's physical, mental, or spiritual tension. Deep breath in. Exhale to banish. I thank you so, so much for allowing me to lead your practice today. Please, please thank your body, mind, and spirit for all of the amazing things you do, both on and off the mat. In peace, friendship, and good health. Namaste. The light that salutes me salutes the light found within you. Have a beautiful Wednesday. Happy Hump Day.